So at Host.net, we have developed over the years, really morphed over the years from an internet service provider to a co-location provider to really a managed services provider. And in so doing, our network is really the platform, if you will, the delivery mechanism for us to deliver services and those managed services to our clients. And it's interesting because some of the clients that we just sold T1s to and provided then higher speed capacity to over the years have grown with us, and their requirements, interestingly enough, have driven how we've grown the company and built some of the services that we provide to them today. Of late, our virtual storage and server business, if you will, our virtual private data center business, is really an answer to issues that they've had.
I've worked with DataCore virtualization for probably coming up on 6 years now, and what I found was originally, and this was back in the consulting days, we had a problem just like any other company has a problem. They need storage, and it's expensive. And when you really break it all down to what it involves storage component, right? You've got the arrays, you've got the disks, you've got the controllers, some sort of connectivity, common components. And at the end of the day, those are, for the most part, very commodity-based components. Yeah, every controller's got a little bit different twist here or there, but at the end of the day, you have rating technologies. You've got a set of spinning disks, which there's only so many manufacturers on the planet that do that. There's only so many controller manufacturers out there at the end of the day, if you drill down into where the stuff is actually being made and who it comes from. So why would we go and spend tremendous amounts of money, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, on a storage platform that within 3 to 5 years is completely obsolete and can't coexist with the latest, greatest gear that's coming out from that, same vendor, when I can take a software intelligence, buy it one time, put it in front of not only that storage device, but any storage device. In fact, I usually use, when I was explaining this to customers in the consulting world, take the most gross example possible. I could take every single storage array that's out there today, white box, no name, top of the line, put it all behind DataCore's virtualization intelligence and make it look like a single storage unit to the application servers, and carve that up and get amazing efficiencies out of it, not to mention performance because of all the caching benefits that DataCore software brings to the table. So fast forwarding now, we decided as a consulting firm when we first started out, first of all, that was the only way we could go. That was the only way we could do what we needed to do. Then we very, very quickly learned that, wow, this is not just economical, but what we have here is now the ability to have the capabilities that you would find in the high-end storage systems without the high-end cost, and to have all the benefits of that, and to be able to control the environment both from a technology and architecture perspective, but also from a costing perspective. So it was a win-win for us, and that's what we had focused on for over 5 years as a consulting firm, was delivering those types of technologies and really bringing the light to the people who really had, in other words, drank the Kool-Aid of the industry, that you had to always go with the high-end, big-dollar chassis in order to get those features, and that simply wasn't true anymore. Host.net as a service provider has to really look at the cost of the architecture, because we can go out and spend any amount of money we want, but at the end of the day we have to resell it, and we have to be attractive. And there's a lot of different offerings out there that we compete with, but we are very, very specifically focused on the enterprise side of the house, the enterprise virtual private data centers. So while you can go out and get any amount of processing power from another vendor, we've built the architecture specifically around delivering enterprise-grade SLAs, bringing the maximum resiliency and maximum performance we possibly can to customers, because the customers that move into our data centers are those who have mission-critical applications. Now at Host, we have the opportunity to talk to customers, and all of our customers, or the majority of our customers that come into this space, of course, are coming from the physical world. So when they take the performance that they were getting at the disk subsystem level in their environment, whether it be for a database application, whether it be for a web application, or a mix of all those types of applications together, they were finding and actually going out of their way to tell us that there were several 100% increases in most cases in the performance of their application. Not because we were running faster servers necessarily than they were running. In fact, most of the customers that come through the door today have 8-way systems. So we're not running systems any differently than they're running. But the storage makes a tremendous impact on the performance of the application because the disk is, and probably will be for some time to come, the slowest component of any architecture. So when we can narrow that gap between the disk and the speed of the processors and the bus and the memory and everything that we find in the solid world within the servers today, when we start to narrow that gap through the use of DataCore's technology and its ability to be able to leverage the caching that it does inside these commodity servers, that's where we see the greatest performance gain for these applications.